What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and hobbyists, and welcome to another episode of On the Bench with Pete, the now weekly series that you put on in the background as you hobby or paint along with me. Together we get stuff done, we get hobby stuff done. Sometimes I use it particularly to get mundane stuff out of the way, such as building terrain. I'm really not keen on that, but that was kind of a one-off because I don't do it that often. That's because I don't like building terrain. Not from scratch anyway. I like kits and things, and I prefer painting. Painting is where it's at for me. So what we're going to do on the bench, as you know, I'm kind of finishing lots of stuff up. I have a lot of models that are unpainted in my collection, so I'm sifting through some of them. And one of them is this guy. Keep watching to find out who this is, but before we do, get your paints, glues, models, whatever else you need ready, and I want a drink, tea, coffee, whatever, and let's get to the bench, shall we? Okay, so as you can see, quite a messy bit of a bench going on before me. And before I continue, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop my phone onto silence, and I'm going to mount it on my little tripod thingamajiggy here. There we go. That way I can see if anything important should come through. Not expecting anything important to come through, but there we are. Right, so what's this all about? I was asked recently in an email how far in advance do I film my videos. So I'll answer here as well as on P&Q because that'll be coming up soon anyway. But the answer is, with On the Bench, several weeks. Can be as much as 4 weeks. Almost a month really. 3 to 4 weeks in advance, because I'm able to do it. I can devote at least one whole day to filming. Sometimes 2 or a whole day and a bit, and I get loads of stuff done for On the Bench that way. And lately I've had a lot of stuff to do. I've got my Blood Angels going for the Apothecary series, and I'll tell you a little bit about that as well whilst I'm here, because I've got some Blood Angel models on my bench scattered about. The reason is I've got to do them. I've got to do more on them. As you saw with the infantry squads, I put decals on them, and I neatened them up in a couple of places where it needed neatening up. I thought, that was a bit of a bad paint job there. I just went over a bit. I didn't strip them and start from scratch. I just because I love the army. I love them as they are. And so that's what I'm doing. So I'm waiting to get up to. I'm waiting. Actually, what I need to do is find some more decals I've got somewhere hidden for my tanks and vehicles and things. Anyway, this is for Necromunda or some other terrain. I'm thinking of making barrels out of them as well. So they're just bottle lids glued together. Basically, that's all they are. I think if they could make the square sections as well, a couple of those for the walls. I've got that, and I airbrushed. I only really wanted to get the inner bit done. I just used up the paint on the outside. I can use a hand brush for the rest of it, primer. So that's what that strange looking thing is. As you know, I've still got Azrael to work on, so I'm enjoying working on him. I've got Grima Wormtongue, although I probably won't do much on him today, if anything, or at least this session. Got my Orc here. He's looking pretty snazzy. I'm liking the way he looks. So gonna be working on him probably today. And my Watcher in the Dark, as always. I enjoy these guys. I've got one other as well, but with Azrael you get one there. The other one I hadn't painted a long time ago, many years ago now. there. I can't remember whether he came in a set of something or whether I just picked him up off of eBay because I wanted one. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm painting this guy with contrast paints mostly. I say mostly. I've used a couple. Anyway, so there to one side. But, oh yeah, start my timer. But the thing I was showing you at the start, stay tuned with this. What is this? Well, it's another one of these guys. Remember these guys? Actually, I'll zoom in a bit. Tilt the camera down. Let's get some focus going on here. Do you remember these guys? And they are, of course, my Death Watch. Now, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 of them painted. I think they're mostly finished, but I've got this dude to do as well. I've got a few actually. So the one I want to start work on today, got the base there to work on. So his name, this is Rodriguez Grit. And I wrote this out years ago. Rodriguez Grit. So there. So he could be quite challenging to paint to get in all the nooks and crannies. But yeah, we'll see. I'm going to see if I can put him on a base. And what I need, of course, if I can find them, are my drills. I think, have I spotted them? Nope. Just bear with me, guys. Ah, yes, there we go. There's one at least. Which is a small one. A larger one. Like a medium one. My little pin vices. So I'll start by drilling a hole in the middle of this lid here, seeing if I can get the little metal pin through it. So what I'm going to do is pop these guys. These are actually on my shelf, looking at me, so to speak. The idea was that they would shame me into completing my Death Watch. Obviously, that didn't work quite how I had hoped, because you know I still need to do loads of them. Sorry, I've just got a brush in the way. That's better. Asriel keeps falling over because he's tired, because he's a metal miniature. Don't you know? Right, can I get him? Yes, I can get him through there. Alright, so I've got that. what I should do is clip him off a little bit. Old cutters that I can use for that type of thing. Which leg do I pin? It's a good question. Actually, I might be able to get away without gluing that. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to prime him. Imperial fists. So he's going to need a yellow shoulder pad there. Alright, okay. And his base is going to need a bit of dry brushing to get that up as well. Alright guys, so that's that. So we are of course going to need some... Actually, I'll put my drills away in here. Oops. Handier. Might be. That's my glasses falling down. Nope. They're not going to go in there. Fine. Everything's falling down here today. And I don't care. Do you know why I don't care? Have some guesses if you like. Nope. Give up. Right. Because it's my day off. And I don't have to go to work. Yahoo! Don't get me wrong, I like my job, but, you know, if someone was to say to me, do you prefer working or not working, then I'm going to choose the not working option, you know, because I'm going to. Right. Actually, I'm going to, well, I've got to prime the rest of this and him. I might prime him in Panzer Grey though, German Panzer Grey, because you prime them black and then you paint them black, and I know they're two different things, but honestly, you know, I like to see coverage over grey because I can really see what I'm doing then. So that's me. So, right, so anyway, we're getting started now. So I'm shaking up some surface primer, Vallejo German Panzer Grey. Shake that up real good. And let's talk. Right, so at this point in my retail career, I'm working afternoons, as you probably have gathered from previous episodes of this. Afternoons, it's great. There's only one real drawback with it, as far as I can see. That is sometimes the work's done too quickly because it's still in a stage of expansion. You know, there'll come a time where it's super uber duper busy on afternoons as much as it is on the mornings to get the deliveries out. But doing click and collect now, so people order their stuff and then they come in to pick it up. And so, yeah, you know, that's what we're doing. Pop some of this. Right. Probably way too much primer there, but I don't care. Now some of these dudes use a flat brush almost. I think I've got one somewhere, kind of like that kind of edge. I can use that. Why not? It's as good as any. Yeah. Let's get my paper towel there ready. So damp it off. Yeah, way too much primer. Oh well, that's okay. So I'm popping this on, I may switch out the brush to get in the nooks and crannies, but we'll see what we can do with this. Yeah, this way I'll be able to see exactly what I've covered and what I haven't. Right, so I've got... Right, so as you know, I have Zombicide Angry Neighbours complete now, so later this year I'll be doing a couple of games incorporating that. Looking forward to that. In order to do that, I need my table clear, but at the moment I mean not this table, my kind of gaming table space, but I'm kind of using it at the moment for building terrain for my Necromunda. You may know, you may have seen other videos. I've been trying to build my own Zone Mortalis set from some some foam board, that's it. I was getting mixed up between foam board and plasticard, and I ended up with plastiboard. What's plastiboard? I don't know. Some new product. Maybe I should invent it. Anyway. Yeah, so where my gaming table would be is all taken up with that at the moment. So yeah. Right, so I think that's as far as I can go. That actually, I should use it to put some of the, well, majority of that primer back, because that's just wasteful else. That'll do, it's just spread out. Right, so I'm switching out to a smaller brush. Focus. Yeah, so Zone Mortalis, because that's kind of a lot of what you use in Necromunda. And I don't like flat walls and things. It's the same with my Zombicide. I'd rather have real things, but you know, it all takes time to come to fruition. One day perhaps I'll have a 3D Zombicide table plan thing. And I'll be able to get that going. That would be good. That would be cool. I can see that once this is done, I'm going to have to glue him to this base, because he's not going to stick around. At least not with all my fiddling around here. Okay, that's okay. Right, it will suffice for now. I'll pop him to one side. And that's that. Right. I've got this paper towel here ready. So yeah, so some days in work it can be busy, some days it isn't. And the last hour is always usually not busy for me now. But don't get me wrong, I mean, I'm grateful to still be employed by them. I just hope it picks up. Not only for the business, but for myself as well. It makes the day go quicker, doesn't it, when you're busier at work, I find. I think so. Because you're not thinking about, you know, time as such. I'm just tearing up some paper towel for later. Right, so I'm trying to work out what I'm going to put on that. Let's have a look. Looking at my greys. Right, so Mechanicus Standard Grey, that might be even what it's got on there. So what I might do is put some medium grey. Yeah, I might use some medium grey, some of this stuff. Just a tiny little bit. And then dry brush over the top. Actually, need a bit more grey than that. That's the only thing with tubes. Work out quantity. A lot cheaper this way though. Much cheaper. So this is Reeves medium grey it's called. It looks like I've done a Mechanicus Standard Grey dry brush initially over black. So now I'm using this medium grey. For his base. Just a bit of cork really. Bit of corkboard I had. That'll do. That will do. So let those guys dry. So what's he called again? Rodriguez Grit. So I got these names. Oh, guys, I can find them out again later as well. It's Kill Team Cassius, I believe. Right, sip of tea coming up. Okay, back to priming. Black primer now. And I'm going to go back to my larger brush. Just wash this dry brush out a bit. Not bad. Okay. Bit of priming. So let me know what you're working on again, as always. I do appreciate that, as you know. And yeah. So you probably gather I'm going to be painting these up in like a sort of silver metallic and then weathering them up. Actually, once I've done my foam board walls and ends for Zone Mortalis, I shall be using polyfiller or spackle, and then I shall seal it in with PVA. Then I shall prime, paint, and weather those up as well. And if the polyfiller should crack, then all the better, because I want that old kind of cracked wall look thing going on. That's what I want. Yeah, I must get some more black primer when I can. Trouble is, by the time I'm in a position to afford all the things I want, I'll have a shopping list as long as me arm. But that's okay. Needs must. It's been good the last few weeks. I've enjoyed not. It's been nice because it's been a case of not having any spare money, which isn't so nice, but we've had enough to cover the bills and to eat, etc. So that's been a nice position to be in, and I'm hoping it will continue to get better and better. Right. A little bit more and we'll be good to go. Right. And that, my friend, is that for the priming. I do hope that's enough for that one. Right. Perhaps we can get down to some painting now. So let's move these brushes to one side. So I've got my GW painting palette there, as you can see. Do you know, I might continue to use these. I bought this as a one-off initially to see what they were like. I know you can get artist palettes, and they sell them in another hobby, well, not hobby shop exactly, but a place where they do some hobby. I know where they do some hobby stuff like paints and craft work and things like that, and they sell artist palettes, which I believe is just the same type of thing. It's kind of like almost like a matte photographic paper, almost, but it's flat, completely flat. I'd find it hard to go back to normal palettes now, and you know, wet palettes are all very well and good, but I prefer conventional ones. I just do. Call me crazy, but I do. For single models and things like that, I definitely prefer it because I don't know, I can see what colours I've used and go back to, and I'll just use enough, not too much. Whereas a wet palette, you stick all your colours on and you might not use them and you end up chucking it away anyway after a while. They last a long time, yes, but it does go a bit weird after a while. Right, so I'm wondering, I'm looking through my greys, and I'm wondering if I've got any grey sear actually, because reason being, that's what he was primed in. Well, I've got astronomical grey, an old one. Doesn't look like I've got grey sear, at least not to my knowledge anyway. So I'm just looking for my greys. Doesn't look like it. That's okay. I've got white grey as well. Well, that's quite white. Actually, that might be okay to use. Or shall I stick with Grey Seer? Astronomican Grey, I mean. Sorry, Grey Seer is the primer I used from the rattle can. Yeah, I know. I rattle can sprayed him. Unusual for me. I've got coat d'arms, light grey as well. I think I'll go with that, actually. Coat d'arms. They're in pots like the P3 paints come in. I think they've been around donkey's years, but just shaking it up. Having some tea while I'm shaking up my paint. What I want to do is just re-establish the grey on his wrist wraps here. That's what I want to do. I can feel some movement in this pot, so there must be something sloshing about in there. So let's have a look at it then. Yeah. Oh, yes, I used my mouth to open the lid. It's looking all right. It's not too bad. In fact, I'd say looking good. Just putting a touch of water with it. Water it down slightly. A touch more. Right. Now, character brush, oh, that'll do. Yes, I'm just re-establishing. That's it. I think maybe it's a tad lighter than the Primer Grey Seer, but that's okay. It's on top of the wrap anyway, so I'm gonna hit it with probably snake bite leather or skeleton horde or something like that. Yeah, so I'm just doing that because the green, the orc flesh green, kind of went over the wrist wrap a bit, and I'm not happy with that. So I know he's off camera. What you gonna do, huh? Yeah. Just doing these wrist wraps. Oh, has anybody out there either got or seen up close, or even better, played the Resident Evil 2 board game? I mean, not that I'm in a position to get anything like that, but I find them cool when I hear about things like this, because it's Resident Evil 2 was such a big part of my youth, or younger self. I'm not youth, but younger self. That I have fond memories of that as the PlayStation version I think I had. If anyone knew, and I've heard kind of people I've heard talk about it say the game itself is brilliant, really cool, but they say the game board tiles are a bit dark. or a lot dark, I should say. So I just wondered if any of you guys had similar things with it. Yeah. I'm gonna have to watch a playthrough of it to see what I make of it. I think it's got quite a few expansions and whatnot as well. And as you can tell, I like zombies. That's why I got heavily into Zombicide. I only have one more kind of expansion for that to get, core expansion, which is Rue Morgue. Again, I'm not in a position to get it, but yeah. Also, I like the look of that Zombicide Invader, which is actually more like Aliens, really. But I think that looks kind of cool as well. Right, what's going to happen now? I see a bit where I missed with the orc flesh. So I'm going to have to address that, folks. It's just a tiny little dot. Hardly anything, but it's right in the crease of his muscle. I don't know if you could see it. No, probably not just in there, but I'm going to try and sort that out now. So we'll do that. Blimey, we're happy for already. Goodness. These sessions go too quick, my friends. Way too quick. Orc flesh. Here we go, orc flesh. Tea, finish up before it gets too cold. So, oh yeah, at the start I was talking about apothecary, wasn't I? Blood angels. Old school Terminator there. Yeah, Apothecary is a series that I don't have to finish whatever army I'm working on at the time. So, for instance, I'm doing Blood Angels at the moment. But you know, next episode I could do a different army and work a little bit more on that. But each time I'm getting nearer, closer and closer and closer to completion. You see what I mean? So eventually, they will be done. Believe that's it. No, it isn't. But it is now. I believe I fixed that problem. There. Right, so I can move him off stage, as it were. Azrael come back. Now. I can't remember whether I put a coat of Caliban green on his shoulder pad or not. But it's so dark. I'm thinking I did, but I do think I need another thin coat just to establish it a little more. So that's what I'm going to do with this guy next. I need to move the camera up slightly here because he's higher, he's on a taller base. Well, holding pop thing. Yeah. Oh dear, excuse me. How long have I been filming for here? Well, 39 minutes on the audio, so it's not too bad. Not too bad. I do these sessions about an hour at a time because, well, mainly because I don't like having to wait a long time for rendering and uploading and things of that nature. I'm, impatient. That's why I'm good at shorter videos. Well, I prefer long videos to watch and make when I'm filming them, but I don't prefer long videos to render. No, but I specialise in shorter videos for other people, was what I was going to say. Did one for a friend recently to help put the word out about his engineering business. I want to do some more to help him with that as well. Maybe tomorrow. I want to get some more of my marketing course done as well. It's very heavy, this bottle, because he's a metal miniature. I think I've said it before. I used to think metal miniatures were superior to plastic ones. How wrong I was. Well, there's nothing wrong with these metal miniatures, but I just prefer the look of plastic ones now. They seem to get more detail, or be more detailed for for the majority. Well, certainly for the Games Workshop ones. Okay. Switching to smaller brush. It would seem I've done these areas before, probably last week. Yeah, I love Wednesdays, my day off, and I have nothing to do except my own thing. It's gorgeous. I have the whole day to myself, and of course I like to fill it with filming videos for you guys and my own pleasure as well. Yeah, it's great. Absolutely fantastic. Regards to work though, I was only talking about it yesterday. with my wife, and the day before, I think, or was it the day before? I don't know. But I was saying how much I miss the guys I used to work with at Sainsbury's. Two of them in particular. I really miss the banter I had with them. Yeah, fond memories. But you all know why I had to leave there. It's life, you know, it happens. And you know, I thought I was going to better myself, but only one of them is still there anyway. You know, out of the two comrades that I had there, he hates it. I keep telling him, get yourself another job. Yes. Well, at least try, man. You gotta try. Sometimes you gotta take a chance, my friend. Sorry about that, guys. I'll edit that out so you won't even know what I'm talking about. Right, where was I? Yeah, comrades. That's it. Comrades. Yes, I do miss them. Joe, I might use this light grey for his banner. It's quite a big, oofing great banner. Yeah, I do miss them. And although the people are nice enough where I am, they're great. They're just missing that, I don't know, laughter factor, I guess. Laughter factor, I call it that. It's as good a word as any, or good a term as any, I should say. Yeah. But I am so much happier where I am. It's untrue. So much happier. Right, so I'm gonna put this light grey down on this banner. As tabletop minions would say, this honking great banner. The banners are very large in Warhammer, I notice. Well, that's okay, I guess. It's kind of cool. Looks good on the tabletop anyway. Got my heater on, which is nice. So I'm going to turn it off and see how cold it gets. There, so I've turned it off. So I'm going to see how cold it actually gets in here when the heating's off. It's just the time of year. Well insulated out here, so it gets warm quickly. But I'm wearing not the warmest of trousers. Yeah, just thin sweatpants really, which I use because they're old and it doesn't matter if I get paint on them, which actually I have paint on them already, so it's kind of it's a done thing, you know. Yeah, so my daughter's back then. She's been to the gym. Been to the gym. Yeah, she's trying to get fit for a fitness test for the RAF, but I don't know whether she'll end up going in or not, to be truthful. I don't know. I hope she does, because, you know, it'd be a good career for her there. And they'll look after her. I just, you know, I really hope she does manage to push herself enough and get in there. That's light grey on his banner. 46 minutes. It's an old brush, but I'm going to soap wash it. Was it Chris Bello says, take care of those brushes and they'll take care of you. Might watch a bit of him after this, actually. I like his series Getting Projects Done. Really cool. It's another series a bit like mine, where he's painting along with us, with his audience. There are a few more cropping up now. Wizard Wargaming does a nice paint along one as well, which I enjoy. I love paint along videos. There's not enough of them. That's the whole reason I started doing it. I started watching Mini Wargame with Jay, with Painting with Jay, and I don't know, he just stopped doing it for some weird reason. Well, not stopped doing it, but became more sporadic. Is that the right word? I don't know. I've gone over to the other side of the studio basically to get some more of these lids. There. Oh, I found my straws I was looking for the other day. By the way, to make pipes, pipe work coming out of the walls. Hang on, let's zoom out. These are kind of fun straws. I knew I had some somewhere. Sure enough, I did. Yeah. So they will make cool little pipe work sections. That's the plan anyway. So I'm going to try. I'll see if I can prime this all by hand actually, because I just can't be bothered to get the airbrush out right now. It's nice and warm here and I don't want to get up again. Where's that brush gone I used before? Oop. Getting a mess everywhere. Making a right mess. I realise I'll probably have to do this in 2 halves at least. Yeah, I think probably lead belcher would be good on these guys. For my terrain, my Necromunda terrain, I'm going to use my cheaper paints because, you know, large sections and that. You just gotta look like walls, dirty walls, old walls. I saw a really good technique on weathering walls, actually. I forget the name of the channel now. It's one I subscribed to fairly recently. It's where he was painting up some really awesome med-like fantasy terrain. And he was using pigments and spraying it down with water. But when he was like doing like washes on the brickwork, he was just getting a load of it on his brush, putting it on the top and letting it run down naturally, which looked so cool. So I'm going to do similar effects, and I may want to do some, like, I don't know, toxic waste sludge coming out of some of those pipes I was talking about. Yeah, so I might not even get around to doing another one of these today, so might not gain a week this week on the benches. I don't know. Yeah, they are filmed quite a way in advance, guys, so what I talk about on these has happened, many weeks ago. So just bear that in mind. Also, I know it's not really the right video to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway, and I might do it in another video. Shout out to my brother JamJar34. Awesome channel. I love watching his videos. He does a hobby along videos that I really, really enjoy. He does other ones as well, but it's the ones where he's just sat in front of the camera talking to the audience, really, that I enjoy the most, and getting hobby done. I know when you're making these videos, sometimes you don't end up getting as much hobby done as possibly you would like, but I really do appreciate the fact that someone else out there does it. I enjoy it, really, really enjoy it. He's got a very good voice, a calming presence. I just enjoy it. It relaxes me. I think a calm voice is important when you're doing these videos. So there are certain hyper personalities which I don't think could pull it off. Yeah. Can you imagine mini wargamer Dave doing a paint along series to put you at rest? I can't. He's too hyper. Nothing against him, he's just too hyper. No disrespect. Oh, still got a bit of tea. That's gonna be stone cold. Ew, and it is. There you go. Just washing this brush a bit, 'cause it's not a bad brush, it's a Daily Rowney brush. I generally find them quite good. They're quite long lasting. Oh, I need a new bit of paper towel. Well, folks, coming to the end of this video. Didn't get much done on my Death Watch guide. It's a little disappointing. But there's always another video for that, eh, folks? What I want to do is a tutorial on one of them. Really, so I've got a log of how I painted him. And with these Death Watch guys, they all got so much going on. It's like, wow. Okay. Right, I think I'm going to end it here. How long has it been going for? No, well, it'll be a bit shorter than it says here now, because I'll have cut out that bit when my daughter came in. Well, let's zoom out anyway. Hard to get the camera angle. Anyway, it's a bit like Batman at the moment. Do you remember Batman back in the day, in the 60s and 70s? 60s before my time. I'm not that old, but it came out in the 60s, I believe. But they had weird, like, crazy slanty angles like a carpet now. That's alright. Anyway, yeah, so I'll have edited out the bit where my daughter comes in because she came back from the gym. And in answer to my earlier question, it's getting quite cold now, so I'm going to flick the heating back on. Whew. I've got other videos to make, so I will see you guys on the next video. But remember, all buses lead to war. Pop down in the comments below what you are working on or what you're doing. You know, it doesn't have to be hobby. I'm interested in all aspects of whatever you guys do, because you guys are awesome. Please like, share, subscribe. You know, spread the word around about these. If you enjoy these videos, please let your friends know, so they can head on over too, and I can hobby with more of you and gain more insights into other people in the world of hobby, and read about all different aspects. So anyway, I'm rambling on again now, as I usually do. Bye for now, guys. Bye bye.